I'm David Arquette, and I play Dewey Riley. When I first got the original Scream script, I loved it. It was just such a new take on horror films. It was so self-referential and meta, as they say nowadays. But I don't even think they had that term back then. But it really, it took into consideration people's love for horror films and understanding, and it really gave the fans a voice. And they respected what had come in the past, and they had fun with it, and they let you in on the joke. And I think that's really what connected with people. So when I got the script for the new Scream, I was really impressed again. It really did a similar thing where it took all this information that we've learned and all this technology and all these advancements and the love for like the fandom out there for people in horror films and the Scream franchise in general, and really like took all those things into consideration. It was really well written, really witty, really scary, and I thought it was a great tribute to sort of the legacy that Wes and Kevin Williamson had created to start with. Well, I was really impressed by Matt and Tyler with their love for horror films and how much Wes had an impression on them and how much they wanted to honor him with the making of this film and continue it. And that really touched me that, you know, like myself, they'd been touched by Wes's work and were huge fans of his. So that really set me at ease and was like, oh, this is the right people. And since Wes's family was behind it and Kevin Williamson was involved and behind it, it gave me a lot of just confidence that they were the right people to do this. They really want to honor the films that had come before, and they really took that into consideration with the characters that return, and really just have a great understanding for story. They have a great understanding for horror and comedy, which is really important. And they're just fantastic guys in general. It's really easy for me to sort of slip back into Dewey. I mean, in general, I usually draw my characters from aspects of my personality. Some are closer to you than others, and Dewey's very close to me. I always love the feeling that he kind of doesn't feel like he gets the respect that he deserves. And I've often felt like that, especially in the wrestling world. So, but he's also got this really childlike quality to him that, and he's really just a sweet person at heart. And believes in love, and love is sort of really the most important thing to him. He's a lot more rugged than he was before, and life has a way of sort of toughening you up, and he's really sort of had a hard road. One of my favorite moments about this film is seeing the group of actors that they've chosen, and just seeing how they've bonded, and then being able to work with Courtney and Nev, and see them, it's something we've been working on for, on and off for 24, 25 years. It's interesting to become not a, you're like part of this history of horror now. And then you're working with people who grew up, well, some of them weren't even born by the time the first one was made. So it's like you're seeing this new generation having an appreciation for it. And now they're, in the driver's seats, and they're like, these incredible actors. I had seen Matt and Tyler's film Ready or Not, and I was really impressed by their skill and their sort of sensibility and how fun that film was and how wonderful they directed it. So I knew they were incredibly talented. But and then I read the script and I talked to them. My stuff was sort of more character driven, like my feelings about certain things, and I understood the story they were wanting to tell. And as an actor, it's really your role to help people tell stories and figure out where you fit into their vision of what this story will be. So, I've had my little issues and feelings about certain things, but um, I trusted them, and I'm glad I did because they really did a wonderful job. I'm really excited for audiences to see this incredible world that they've been a part of for 24 years and these characters that they've loved, and to see how they've, progressed and where they're at. And I'm excited to scare them. I'm excited for them to laugh, and I'm excited for them to see this new group of incredibly wonderful actors just giving incredible performances. I'm also excited for people to see Tui and Kale together on screen again. And Nev, really excited for Nev to come back and the feeling that people get where she's like this badass again.